Hey you guys, what's up? I have a PlayTCG.me match for you. I have a couple of matches backed up with this deck that I'm playing. As you can see from the Primplup and the Mulligan, I'm playing an Empoleon deck. However, I'm not playing it with Terrakion or Donphan like a lot of people have been lately. I'm actually playing it with just other cards to boost consistency. In this case, I'm playing Plusle and Minun. Just thought it would be kind of fun to test out. I didn't really like it after a couple of games. It works sometimes, but sometimes it really just kind of falls flat. Anyways, I have a match just kind of from the randoms in the PlayTCG.me board. This is against a CMT deck, though. And you see he leads Terrakion, but he's got the switch to get into Celebi, which is pretty nice. And he's got the Forest Breath, an Eviolite, and he's going to random Receiver for a supporter. But on my side of the field, I have I believe that's Minun, but I could be wrong. I'm just going to go with the blue one's Minun for the purpose of this video. But he's actually pretty nice. And then I use the Dark Explorer's Plusle, which has the shuffle your hand, draw 8 cards if you have both Plusle and Minun in play. And this one has a Call for Family attack, though, which I'm going to use to get out another 2 Piplups, which is really nice. Or actually, yeah, 2 Piplups. And so those two actually both really have really useful attacks. The only problem is that they have the 60 HP. It's just like 10 short of what it really needs to be. That way they could take 2 hits from, or more than 2 hits from Night Spears on the bench. But, unfortunately they don't. And he's just going to be able to drop the bridge. He attaches DCE even though he doesn't need it this turn. And he's just going to blow through, which will do 60 due to Sky Arrow being in play. So that's a KO and he doesn't have to flip for the discard. But, I'm going to just play a collector just to kind of fill up my bench again. I also have the dual communication rare candy. So I don't really need anything other than Pokemon. I'm going to be able to use 2 diving draws, which is really fantastic. That's going to be a lot of draw power. That'll be 4 cards I'll go through, only having to discard 2. But I dropped the Plusle, and then I double candy for 2 Empoleons, and now all I really need is an energy to get going. And I'm just going to diving draw. And I decided to diving draw out the junk arm after debating it a little bit. And then I'm going to do it a second time and get rid of the communication. And unfortunately I whiff on the energy again. So I'm just going to catch her out Terrakion, just hoping, I can keep Terrakion from really kind of stomping, or Tornadus EX from stomping all over me. I know he's already played 1 switch and I don't know how many he'll run. But going into his turn, he's going to be able to drop a catcher, which sucks for me. And then he drops the DCE, which kind of surprises me. So he's actually going to manually retreat his Terrakion for 3 energy, which, how many times can you say that someone retreats their Terrakion? But he's just going to be able to KO me, my Piplup. Thankfully, though, I do have a Super Rod, and I'm just going to play that. I can get a Water Energy back, which is nice. I've been having trouble hitting the Water Energy, even though I run 10 and have 9 in my deck still. And I can get back that Piplup to try and set up more Empoleons. This deck actually runs 2 Super Rods, just, you're streaming a Stage 2 as your attacker. You're going to lose a lot of cards, and you also diving draw, so you also end up diving drawing away a lot of stuff. You need to keep a full bench. It's just handy to have 2 Super Rods, and it's actually something I've liked to do in a good amount of the decks I've played. But I'm just going to keep diving drawing here. And here we're actually going to see a bit of a misplay in that I should have collected this turn and then used the communication to try and get out a Primplup. It just would have, prevented this catcher KO business, or at least forced him to use his Power Blast attack. But in any case, I'm going to be able to hit him for the attack command, and he takes 70 due to Eviolite. But he also has another junk arm for another catcher on my Piplup, which is kind of frustrating, but it's to be expected. And he's just going to be able to Juniper and KO me. So we're seeing that I'm pretty quickly falling behind in this game. 3 prizes to none. That's nothing to laugh about. So I'm just going to collect her to try and fill up my bench and keep doing damage. And I get out the Plusle Mining combo and a Piplup, my bad. I also had the junk arm, so I might have been able to rare candy actually for a third Empoleon last turn, so that was definitely a misplay. So I'm just going to attack command for 90 damage this turn after EV Light Reduction. Kind of unfortunate that I wasn't able to knock him out. I was 10 short, and now he plays the Super Scoop up and hits head. So instead of just being a prize behind, I'm still 3 prizes behind, and he has no damage on the board. So that was just kind of 2 wasted turns. He's also able to Junk Arm for another catcher, and he's going to knock out yet another Piplup. He's actually just going to do it with the same Tornado CX. He can just drop everything back down, and it's like no biggie. So there's the blow through, and I'm just going to re-promote this Empoleon. I do draw another Plusle, it looks like, and I'm going to be able to just keep a full bench now, but at the same time, you know, I haven't done anything yet, and I'm, you know, really down on prizes. But I do have the N. I run, I think, 3N in this deck just because it's going to go down on prizes, and N is still such a good card. But, so I bring him down to 2 cards, and plus, this deck doesn't really get hurt by N, even in the late game. You can always diving draw as long as, you know, you're doing okay. You probably haven't, you know, if you don't have any Empoleons, you probably haven't taken a lot of prizes. So usually, it's either you get high cards from not taking prizes, or you can kind of bounce back with diving draw. But I'm going to be able to attack command for 90, and he's going to hit yet another scoop up. So this is going to kind of recycle this pattern, which is unfortunate. You know, just kind of preventing me from doing anything at this point. And he's just going to, you know, keep recycling this Tornado CX until I can, you know, finally knock it out. But he doesn't have the catcher now. I kind of limited him on that front. And I'm just going to Max Potion right away. So that's really nice. That's one of the benefits of this deck is your access to Max Potion. It's definitely the card that makes this deck work. And I'm going to diving draw. And I'm just going to, you know, hit this Tornado CX for 90 damage. I actually say Mass Attack there, which is funny. Still stuck playing Jump Left, I guess. But, you know, he knew what I meant, so not a big deal. But, he's now just going to retreat, you know, free retreat under bridge and all. And now he's going to hit me with the non-eviolated Tornado CX for 100 damage yet again. I do have some options, though. The switches are going to be nice, because he's got to be running low on catchers and junk arms after, you know, he's taken this many prizes this way. And he has to discard the grass energy, and what I'm going to do is just first diving draw. But by diving draw 2, discarding the rare candy, knowing it's useless at this point, I'm not going to get out another Empoleon or even another Piplup. There's no point in making him hit the field. I have 2, and he has 2 prizes to take. So I'm going to Junk Arm for the Max Potion. And from there, I'm going to just play the catcher and the water energy, so this way I can knock out this Tornado CX finally, and I'm really just afraid of the Super Scoop Ups. I really just want to take the prize. Additionally, this way, I don't know if he has the grass energy, just because he's only got 2 cards in hand, so he might not even be able to do anything other than blow through, so he'd only be able to do 60, and maybe if he doesn't hit the energy, you know, he'll be 3-shotting me, which will give me plenty of time to, you know, make a big catch-up. But I take 2 prizes and 2 Ponts, which is kind of telling of, you know, where my supporters were. And he's going to just drop down the Mewtwo, and he does have the Forest Breath. And he actually ends here. So I'm going to go down to 4 cards, which isn't too big of a deal with the 2 Empoleons in play. And he's going to go back to 2. So I'm going to Super Rod here, knowing that I've been discarding Water Energy a little bit with the Max Potion and all. I only have 2 in the discard, actually, so not too bad, but it's just good to put them back in. They're cards I'm going to need later on, probably. And then I'm going to punt, since I can't lay anything down and I have a full bench. Unfortunately, I don't hit the Max Potions or anything. So what I should have done here is I should have retreated just and counted on him not having the catcher, but unfortunately I wasn't really thinking about it. And I diving draw here, but I believe I'm actually just going to attack command after this second diving draw. I'm not going to hit the Max Potion. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I whiff, And then I'm going to decide, unfortunately, to attack command instead of retreat, even though I had the energy attachment available to me that turn. I guess I forgot about it. But I hit him for 110, so that's definitely a two-shotter. And now he's just going to drop the energy to Shaman to KO me, which is kind of interesting that that's the way this is going to go down. Now he's going to be two-shotting my Empoleon as well, because he's hitting me for 80 damage total with my 1 energy and his 3. And I'm looking through my discard here. I'm not playing super high counts of Catcher or Junk Arm or Max Potion. I think I'm at like 3, 3, and 2 for Junk Arm, Catcher, Max Potion. And I end up benching a Piplup and now attaching an energy, which is really unfortunate that I did things in that order. But I'm also going to end him. And I'm realizing I can do the switch thing now, so I'm hoping to get out an Empoleon again, which, is kind of a bad play. I've already discarded a lot of rare candies. But I'm just going to diving draw here. I only have 1 now, but I discard a switch, which is probably, another foolish card to discard, but at the same time, I just got it right back. And I'm going to attack command for what looks to be 120 damage. So I put myself in an okay spot now. He doesn't have KO, and I'm pretty sure I can return KO, and then he won't have any energy on the board. So it's kind of an interesting spot. So now I'm in a diving draw, and I'm really stressing to hit that Candy or Junk Arm. And I have the Juniper, but that's a bad play right now, so I'm just going to go with the Punt. And again, I whiff on the Candy, so I'm just going to have to attack command. I say mass attack again. And I'm hoping to hit it in my prize cards, but it turns out it's not there either. I do hit another Juniper though, so that's KO. And we'll see what he does on his turn. He won't have any energy, so it's really looking nice for me. I'm kind of looking to see. He hasn't actually played as many Catchers or Junk Arms as I thought. He's just been using them, rather effectively, so it feels like he's used a lot more. Yeah, we have a little bit of pause in the game. I probably should have deleted this part, but at this point, I am aware that I have 1 more Catcher or Junk Arm somewhere in my deck. I'm not exactly sure where, which is the problem. He also Junk Arms away a Junk Arm and a Dual Ball, and he's going to play a random receiver. So now I'm feeling a lot better about having if I can get out the second Empoleon, that I can win because I'll be able to switch. He won't have access to Catcher, and it'll take him at least 2 hits to knock me out. And I can probably take 2 prizes in that amount of time, as long as he doesn't try and wall me with Terrakion. And he's just going to pass. And here is the turn that I can win it all. I do have the Juniper. I could draw through my entire deck at this point. And I believe actually the situation is I have 4 cards in my deck, 2 in my prizes, and one of them is the Junk Arm. Or 6 cards rather. And I'm able to max Potion, which is nice. And I think I'm going to win at this point, but he's going to say good game, but I don't have the Catcher, and I want to play it out. There is the Juniper, and I really should have played it, because I should have just taken the 2 and 3 odds that I had the Junk Arm in my deck, and you can see I'm kind of thinking about it. But I'm just going to attack command for KO, go down to 1 prize. When that wasn't the Junk Arm, I knew, pretty much instantly that I had made the wrong play. Granted, there's still a 20% chance that it's in my prize card, but he had punted. He's probably got another supporter or Catcher, or some way to kind of make this all work. But I bring it down to a single prize card, which is pretty cool considering how far down I was. But he's just going to promote his other Celebi. He's got the grass. He's got the Catcher, and that's pretty much all he needs. He actually Junipers. So he's going to hit another energy, and he's going to be able to blow through for good gain. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a really close one, and I could have won. You see, I checked my deck there, and I did have the Junk Arm, so I could have won. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, do your thing. It really helps out the channel and all that stuff. And I will catch you guys later.